Hello again. So I've been planning to do this video for almost a week, but I haven't gotten around to it, and I decided to do it today. And so I started making notes, and the notes turned into a two-page writing exercise, I guess you'll say. So it's not exactly what I intended, and I don't know if I can just do it off the cuff. And not only that, the whole shift and tone of what I was planning to do has been somewhat, I don't know, shoved aside by recent developments or recent information, which I may or may not going into right now, or I may make another video. So just stay tuned. Got my hair in a ponytail because I can still for a little while longer before it's all gone again. These beautiful curls, this blonde hair that came back, not just the gray hair, but the blonde hair that came back. And yeah, that's probably all going to go away very soon, which makes me very upset and very sad. And so I dare not think about it or talk about it. So let's just move on, shall we? All right, so this video I've decided to entitle Why Me? Okay, so forgive me while I read a little bit because I don't know how off the cuff I can be with this because I put a lot of stuff on here, lots of stuff. So here we go. I don't know, let me adjust my camera a little bit here. So point number one, why did I scrimp and save over those 2.5 years of being on my own only to get gouged out with car repair costs and a small vacation with my girls all at once, so leaving me with not very many reserves. And yeah, so this is all stuff that's happening in the last, whatever. So we'll just address that now. So instead of saying why me, I'm going to say why not me? Why not me? You can't take it with you. And worrying about money is slightly less terrifying right now than worrying about health and mortality. So why not me? So why did I get cancer a second time? Well, why not me? Obviously, I didn't learn the lessons I needed to learn the first time around. I surrendered myself completely to the medical community without taking charge of my own health and well-being. I didn't think to put my own power and my own responsibility to be good to myself and to love myself. So I guess I needed to learn that lesson. I tend to put others before myself in a lot of cases because somehow it feels selfish to do that. I don't know why. We'll explore that in another video perhaps. Even making these videos causes me to wonder why I'm doing them. For whom? I guess partially for me to sort things out. As I said, I seem to think better when I'm writing things, and I certainly wrote on this one, so I took notes. So that's one aspect. But there's also just as much about helping others in my videos because, whatever journey other people are on, or perhaps you're on, and putting myself out there with my experiences and my mistakes and my stories, maybe you can learn from them and perhaps make other choices that you wouldn't otherwise have made. Better choices, hopefully. And if I can learn those lessons while helping at least one person, I guess that makes it worth it. So, and why me? Why did the cancer have to spread to my hip bones? Possibly other places. I don't know, because the results of my skeleton or my bone scan are not available yet. So we'll find out more about that. So I'll try to stay positive and think, okay, not too much, please. And why me? Why do I have to have difficulties walking and taking care of my dog properly. Well, why not me? People have stepped up to help me walking Ella, and she's having a great time. And people who like dogs for whatever reason don't have one but would like to are stepping up. So my dog gets more exercise, more variety, more stimulation than I can provide alone. So there's that. And I've also learned how much pain and unpleasantness I can endure in the name of love. I am walking the dog, but I'm using walking sticks for one longer walk per day. 2 gets a little bit tricky because then the pain kind of accumulates, but I can manage it okay, I guess, with ibuprofen. So, all right, we muddle through all of that. And additionally, what have I learned? I'm extremely appreciative of all my body has enabled me to do over the years, despite the neglect and abuse I've dished out upon it. I've had periods where I've been really good, fit, and others not so much. It's kind of a up and down story. So let's face it, though, something about being faced with your own mortality in a very concrete way is bound to get me to focus on worthwhile pursuits. So there's that. So why not me? And why me? Why was my thyroid discovered to have developed a large knot, which may need surgery, treatment of some sort, which could affect my voice? It was discovered in a routine checkup on the same day I later learned that the cancer had spread to my hip bone. But due to cancer staging tests, we can't do the necessary tests to determine what actions need to be taken until 6 weeks after the bone scan I had last week. And that just a few weeks after securing the parameters to sing a jazz concert, something I'd been looking forward to, and singing again and preparing to do a concert. At the concert in December, will I be able to sing it? I don't know. Will I be able to sing anymore at all? I don't know that either. But yeah, why not me? But why not me? Because this one really caused me a real why not me when I got the news from the doctor on that same day. I chuckled and I just thought, I think this one was just for laughs because, okay, why not? Bring it on, bring it on. Especially when the endocrinologist, when he put the ultrasound wand to my neck, said, uh-oh. So I just thought, okay, uh-oh. So I honestly think this one was just for laughs and saying, okay, well, why not? Why not me? But maybe it also serves to be a kick in the pants for me, because although I love to sing, I rarely do it. Why not? Who knows? I don't know. I suppose the answer is the same for why I don't write more, which I also love to do. Either pursuit brings in much money, most often costs money, if I'm honest. And they're also, I guess, then considered to be maybe selfish pursuits if I'm just doing them on my own. So there's that whole selfish theme coming back to us. But that also brings us back to our first point, money. I don't get paid to do those things, so I can't do them, can I? No. So money sucks when you don't have it, but you can't take it with you anyway. So you might as well enjoy whatever time is left to you on this earth. Maybe knowing my singing days might be numbered might light a fire under me. Who knows? We'll see. Why not me? Why did I get cancer in the first place just over 2 years ago? Why not me? I got cancer and I didn't learn the lessons I should have learned. I didn't learn that I had to take a little bit more control into my own life, and not just rely completely on everything that was happening to me and what I'm told to do. There have been several occasions now where I'm thinking, okay, I just was a good girl and did what I was told. Well, not everything I was told, but medically I did everything I was told. But you still have to learn to speak up for yourself. If you sense something is not going right, as was the case with my knee, that's another story for another day. But you can't just think that other people know what's best for you. You got to know yourself. So I got the cancer the first time. Why not me? And lots of people get it, and lots of people will get it, especially breast cancer. It's huge. So let's learn from it. And I'm still learning. So we'll move on to the next point because I saw I didn't really have any notes there. I don't know why. I must have skipped over that. Who knows? Maybe something will occur to me after that. So why did I stay in a long-term relationship with someone who I only wanted to love but was incapable of loving me back in a way that I would consider to be appropriate, selfless love, that kind of thing. And why did I discover my cancer just a few short months after freeing myself from this relationship? Why not me? I think the big takeaway here is that the huge connection between stress, conscious or subconscious stress, and disease is huge. And you might not think you're under stress, but if you look back at things, I'm sure you will see that the stress was there. My sunny disposition dictates that unpleasantries are downplayed, explained away, ironed over, and readily forgotten. Because, you have to forgive and move on, right? Well, the body realizes what you're doing, and you can't lie. The body can't lie. So it's the feelings that you get in the pit of your stomach, which at the beginning might feel like butterflies, but it's your internal warning system saying, hey, something's not right here. Pay attention. Or it's the weight gain, or sometimes weight loss, or the tension in your neck or shoulders, or problems with sleep, or all of the above. My body has been sending me messages over the years, but I didn't take them as seriously as I should have. Cancer the first time should have been the big alarm bell I needed. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, my teacher appeared, but I was too busy, I don't know, throwing spit wads. I don't know what I was doing. And alas, I'm a slow learner, so I didn't recognize the teacher. Mind and body, it's all connected, and I'm proof of it. Don't ignore your intuition or any other signals your body is giving you. That's your teacher tapping you on the shoulder. Sit up and take notice. Your mind and your body will thank you for it. Why me? Why did I lose my firstborn, my beloved son, at the age of 18 to an avoidable accident? There are, of course, no answers to this question, and lots of questions there aren't answers for, but things happen and you have to try and sort them out, make sense, or try to make it tolerable in some way, I guess. Yet one looks around and it's clear that I'm sadly in good company here. So why not me? I mean, alone in my last workplace in the U.S., there were 2 moms that I know of who lost children, had already lost children by the time I met them. And since then, 2 others have joined me in losing a child an adult child. And a classmate of mine recently just lost her child, and a friend of mine here in Germany lost her daughter 2 years before I lost my son. And I remember thinking at the time, oh, that must be the most horrible thing to go through that any parent could ever imagine. Not thinking, of course, that I would be going down that path 2 years later. The thing is, you never know. And so it's heartbreaking and it's terrible. And there are a lot, more people in this category than you want to believe or think about, because it's just the wrong order of things. So, and I belong to a support group of parents who've lost children, and that group just keeps getting larger and larger and larger. And there are also people who've lost more than one child. I mean, Joe Biden being the prime example of somebody we all know of who's lost 2 children. I mean, the horror of it is just heartbreaking. But I do have the positives of having had Tristan for 18 years, and his warmth, his humor, his hugs, his sensibility, that will never leave me. That's part of me. That's part of me. And he was one of a kind. And I bet he's cracking jokes and laughing it up with my parents and my sister-in-law without a care in the world. So that thought gives me, that thought makes me happy. And maybe the circumstances of his death perhaps saved 1 or 2 others, maybe more. And that's also a comforting feeling, I guess you could say. So you see what I'm getting at in this video, asking why me is so full of helplessness and senseless pain. I try to ask why not me, because first of all, sometimes it just makes me laugh to think, yes, of course, why not? And that way I know I'm not alone in all of it, and try to see it as a learning opportunity. And let's face it, no one has ever had any fun having a pity party, least of all the person who's throwing it. Pain and tragedy are unfortunately unescapable in this life the longer you're in it. And so one can perceive it more or less, but everyone's pain and suffering is legitimate. And comparing burdens or stories to one another is not helpful or valid. Everybody belongs to this race. So what is helpful and valid? We are all just travelers on this earth, and we seldom see the tribulations and detours our fellow travelers have had, or why. Some journeys are longer, some others much shorter. My wish is that we greet and treat each other with kindness, empathy, and respect, no matter what the journey, no matter how long. And then I think we will have had a successful trip onto this planet Earth. Thanks for joining me, and stay tuned for the next one. I made it through. Yay! Okay, bye.